Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour. Welcome back to the conspiracy series. At this point, I actually don't know who I want to win anymore. Do I want BoYcaH to win so that this series can be over? Or do I want it to continue so we create more hype and get more views? I don't actually know. Down in the south, we have the up and coming, I would like to say, purple China vanilla player, which is GC Tumstep. Yeah, over like the last 12 months, I've noticed massive improvements from Tumstep. Really, really impressed. I think he needs to improve his mental game, though, against the very top players, of which I don't think BoYcaH is one of them at the moment. So maybe Tumstep's confidence here will be very, very good. And he's going to need strong confidence, to be honest, because he's against BoYcaH with the red GLA Stealth. So it's very, very difficult to win with China Vanilla against Stealth, because Stealth is one of the strongest armies in the game. I think Air Force is the strongest, as I've said many times before. But GLA Stealth is pretty much good against everything. Got your stealth tunnels. You can make hijackers from the very beginning. Got cheap quads. You've got cheap technicals. You can obviously stealth all of your buildings, although that's not useful so much, but you can stealth like your palace. But mainly like the stealth tunnels and just the cheap quads. You make those two things and you can win probably at least 50% of matches against China Vanilla just by making tunnels and quads. That is it. Wonder if that tunnel there will get up. The problem is, if Tumstep makes this 2 war factories that he's done now, and then makes 2 flamers and descends straight on that position, then straight away BoYcaH's kicked out of this position. So I think more forward and aggressive tunnels are like higher risk with higher reward. Whoa. Did he pop a terrorist there? Yeah, he did. Nicely killed on the flamer. Like, yeah, the more aggressive you do a tunnel, the less chance you've got of it getting up, and the more chance you've got of it getting killed. But if it does get up and the enemy doesn't see it, then obviously you could just win the game with that, with a sneaky tunnel. His flamers and whatever went to the right and left. But yeah, now the problem is that's been cleared because it was quite aggressive. And now you could say that Tumstep has got free reign down the middle if he came with maybe like 2 flamers. But BoYcaH is saving the situation a bit here with a big tech RPG. Yeah, the map today is Cold Territory. And there are 2 oils on it, but they're very, very damaged and like quite open. Can kind of be denied. Yes, I'm generally a bit reluctant sometimes to take the oils on this map. Is it worth just killing them from the beginning, or do you want to repair them and take them? Okay, technical comes through for BoYcaH. He is after the dozer, gets the dozer. So when I said this is an imbalanced matchup, it's just become way more imbalanced because GLA with power will produce everything at twice speed. All the tunnels, all the quads will produce at twice speed. So this is really going to test Tumstep. I was bigging him up at the start of this game. Let's see what he's really made of. Is he going to be able to take down BoYcaH now? BoYcaH has got power. The thing for BoYcaH now is he is going to need probably 1 oil to keep up with the spam of the amount of stuff that he needs to make, because he's invested 1,000 into a power. He's got to drop down some defensive tunnels now because this whole middle has been cleared, which kind of is the whole point I was making in the beginning. His oil has been denied. Like I said, these are a little bit open. But the one on the right did come in. Some TNTs here from BoYcaH. Gets 1 flamer, but has lost a bunch of stuff. Yeah, and BoYcaH's front tunnel, I'm not convinced that he's got enough units inside of there to defend this. He's actually popped from the back in case he gets flame walled there. So, all things considered, Tumstep doing pretty well. I think it does all stem from that aggressive tunnel in the beginning. This attack is getting stopped, but he is taking some quads with him. And Tumstep is actually ahead in XP. So, like, from the beginning, if BoYcaH had opened with, like, a defensive tunnel more like there, and then secured, like, 2 buildings, and then dropped another tunnel, that whole entrance could be sealed off for them, probably the majority of the game, maybe all of the game. But now, the whole middle is open. And he's having to deploy more defensive tunnels in his base. It's much simpler to seal off one entrance, rather than having to cover every angle that your base could be attacked from. Tumstep attacking now on the left-hand side. This oil going to be denied again. I mean, at least BoYkaH's got the right one. He could have a supply on the right. But I think BoYkaH needs units in a minute. Maybe that is why he's not expanded. He's making a palace. Tumstep will be scared of losing that last dozer. And here comes the technical. Is he going to hunt him? I kind of hope he does, you know, because it makes for funky games. Okay. Bit of a waste, that, to be honest. Oh, I was expecting him to drop off something. Terrorist or a hijacker, or at least something. Yeah, BoYkaH is making this look like a balanced matchup. Which it is not. Yeah, Tumstep playing good, and I think BoYkaH, considering his favorite army is GLA, I think he's playing a little bit subpar. But we need that for an epic stealth versus China. Ooh. Did not see that. Sneaky battle bus comes in. Tumstep selling his stuff. Yeah, I kind of agree with the sell there, to be honest. I think make a troop crawler to deal with that battle bus, or a flamer with the ECM. Could be a way of dealing with it. BoYkaH has fortified structure. 2 battle buses out now inside of his base. BoYkaH not paying attention to that. Yeah, BoYkaH just seems a bit scared, doesn't he? Like, look at what damage is happening here. This should not be happening to a stealth normally. BoYkaH's lost his main supply, and like, Tumstep's just bullying him around, isn't he? One thing BoYkaH could be doing is sending a worker down here, like making you know, some aggressive creeping around the corner tunnels. I also wouldn't mind a worker pulled from there and try and re-establish some control in the mid. Because like I say, it's much easier to seal off that rather than to seal off every angle in your base. But BoYkaH likes this setup, man. He always, like, makes a thin slither on a map. Probably the last few games that we've casted of him, he ends up in that kind of situation. Yeah, personally, I think the stealth will still prevail despite a bit of a shaky start. I think the series is heading for another BoYkaH win. We did have a win BoYkaH against Staz. You go back on the channel and watch that. So the series was disproved, like on game number 2 or 3 that we posted of BoYkaH in this recent period. Tumstep's got himself an oil. I think when he gets level 3, which is pretty close, artillery and carpet on that wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe even between... No, maybe not, actually. Straight on the oil. Yeah, so BoYkaH's tried to creep forward here, but I think this is the position to be doing it. I mean, there's a gap there now, but there wasn't up until just now. Okay, Tumstep playing a bit more of a solid and defensive game now. Hijacker coming in, but he knows, man, that he's against... Okay, still gets it, okay. Like, BoYkaH knows there's an outpost GAT army here. I don't know why you would send that hijacker there. Maybe he wasn't paying attention. If you see all them gas and ECMs, you know there's going to be at least one outpost there. A hijacker costs like $800. One thing about power is if you're building a real building, it will build twice as fast. But if you're building a fake, it builds at normal speed. So BoYcaH is not realizing the benefit there. See, he's very... this is what I mean. He's just playing very cautious, scared, whatever. I don't know what you want to call it. I mean, it's probably going to work against this massive push that's coming. Just seems like very defensive. Okay, Battle Bus is out. With all the tunnels, plus the TNT coming in, I can't see this for Tumstep doing anything. It has taken down the Battle Bus, but just all these defenses here should be able to shut this down. So it's doing the job. And he's got 3 Battle Buses. He's got a load of XP there, BoYcaH. Both players level 3. BoYcaH will be able to get the bounty money now. BoYcaH's on one market. Should be getting worker shoes and AP ammo. Yeah, I don't know what Tumstep's plan is now. Is he making the napalm upgrade? Going to get MiGs. Yeah, it's got napalm. You need MiGs now against them battle buses. MiGs and flamers could do it. Artillery comes in. BoYcaH pops his army, though. Carpet coming in as well. Artillery is on the supply. Kills the supply. John McKell in this mix as well. John gets a snipe on one of the flamers. BoYcaH decides not to pop. And is going to lose this front position. He'll lose that bunker as well because the flamers can just go there and clear that. So yeah, you're at risk here of letting the China take over pretty much the entire map, apart from your thin slither of a base again. Confused why BoYcaH hasn't fought that a little bit more. Do you think there was a couple of opportunities there to pop, but maybe he's scared of the MiGs, which I don't know if he knows about the MiGs.
That was a lot of work.
But the MiGs are... Oh, maybe there's... Is that a stealth worker? Yeah, he's got a GPS worker. Very nice. Okay, Battle Bus is out now for BoYcaH. Going to work on this army. The MiGs are coming in, but BoYcaH knows because it's got a stealth worker. Down in the bottom right, he's seen the MiGs. I wonder if you get up there and just do flame walls off the cliff, you can probably still damage a lot of this. Okay, BoYcaH building a sneaky tunnel down in the bottom right. Needs to put them RPGs inside of there as to not reveal this position. If we look here, Tumstep does have the radar, so you should be able to see the red dot on his map. I don't think he's been looking. So yeah, Tumstep is probably feeling very confident right now, and probably I would too. Oh, the power's been hit. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of big. But yeah, when these sneaky tunnels reveal themselves, then Tumstep might start to panic. It depends how well this attack goes. If there's a big pop and the MiGs come in straight away whilst it's all concentrated together, could wipe it out and could end up being bad for BoYcaH. Not the best MiG strike in the world. Did he put 2 MiGs on each? Because he's got junk repair. They survive. I think it's better generally to get one completely out and then focus on the other one. Because now these battle buses are still running around. MiGs now come in again. BoYcaH's killed that supply, got some veterancy on his quads there. Which will be important because if you've got like a Vet 3 quad, it can shred for a ton of this stuff. And it's harder to disable with the ECM as well. In fact, can you even disable a Vet 3 quad? I thought there was a bug where you actually can't disable it or something, or it takes an insanely long time. Yeah, BoYcaH's literally doing a big line of tunnels down the bottom of the map. There's so many here for Tumstep to find. Is BoYcaH spending too much money on that? The Battle Bus is coming in again. New attack. One is down. Battle Bus now going to get close to the MiGs, though. I think mines would be handy here. Oh, gets down to the hole. MiGs come in, but they're hitting this storage tank. I actually don't even think they hit the storage tank, because I think that can be one shot. Don't know if it did or not. Well, Tumstep's going around trying to find these things. This is where you see the power of that Vet 3 quad. If they were just normal quads, that'd be dead by now. But it actually survives this Vet 3. Insane. So yeah, Tumstep is still in a really strong position, but he's just taking a bit of damage dealing with these tunnels. BoYcaH has been hit by the support powers once again. Couple of flamers heading down the middle, but they're going right into a death trap. You're just feeding BoYcaH free XP at that point. Artillery coming through for Tumstep. Battle Bus again for BoYcaH. He's got a GPS Vet 3 quad this time. And the sneaky worker is still alive, hiding by this rock. Artillery wiping out more of BoYcaH's stuff. Yeah, that Vet 3 quad needs like 3 or 4 MiGs on it now. I'm not convinced just one MiG like that will do anything. BoYcaH's at risk of losing another market here. Flamers moving in, but weirdly they're going back. Why didn't they just flame wall there? Tumstep's making hackers. Only 3 though. Okay, 1 MiG goes down, but it does take out a tunnel. Vet 3 quad does go down, but it gives him $120 bounty money for the MiG kill. If we do a market count, BoYcaH's on... or building is 5th, which is a fake. I wonder if Tumstep has seen this. Yeah, he has. He's seen it. Picks it off. But this one is still alive. So this is kind of what I was talking about before, when I said a worker can come down the right-hand side and build these tunnels. Of course, I said it much earlier, and it wouldn't have had GPS scramble by then, but I don't think Tumstep was here for a majority of the map. But as soon as you got GPS scramble, it has worked a treat. It's just... he must have built, like, what, 6 tunnels at least in the enemy base. Okay, Tumstep coming through with a mix. It is 4 MiGs. Battle Bus pops at a pretty bad time. Goes straight down to the hole. These MiGs need better control. At risk of going down, I think. Everything in the end is cleared up, and I think minimal or 0 MiGs were lost. Yeah, Tumstep's going to be hard done for cash now, because he's got only 2 oils for primary income now. Secondary income, just these 4 hackers. Carpet comes in. It's one of the markets, but it will survive at the hole. It will rebuild for free. Okay, Tumstep looks like he's looking for a MiG strike. Comes in a MiG. It's a few RPGs. Bit risky. Did kill 4 RPGs though, which we're probably going to be used to go inside of a battle bus. BoYcaH doesn't have many units. Yeah, one problem for Tumstep is that BoYcaH's not that far off level 5. 700 more XP and he is level 5. So a couple of building kills. Big fight against the army or a bad MiG strike that goes wrong. Something like that. And yeah, one anthrax bomb, GG. Because all of them supply trucks will give the bounty money. All of your hackers will die giving the bounty money as well. And that's all your economy gone. Apart from these 2 oils, very much still in it. Maybe one thing Tumstep should consider. Extra defense around these oils, like a bunker with mines to stop a TNT coming in, and that's probably one thing that BoYcaH should be thinking about. A TNT, yeah, here we go. It's a bomb truck, and he's not using it. Now he is. Yeah, nice kill on the oil, very important kill. Okay, carpet and artillery are going to hit between the markets. I think that's going to take out both. If the artillery's there, I think they're both taken out. Yeah, that's a really good strike. Taking out 2 of the markets. And leaves him 4 left. Which is building 1 more fake one. So the game is getting lower and lower economy, actually, isn't it? With the oil taken out, 2 black markets just taken out. It only looks like a Jarman, 2 quads, 2 battle buses for BoYcaH. Wow, very nice. Another bomb truck hits another oil. I think BoYcaH's going to be able to do it, you know. I think he is. He's taking out the Gatling cannon as well. He's got over 4.5k's XP now. As soon as that sneak comes in and an anthrax bomb, that is the nail in the coffin, I think. Yeah, Tumstep, he needs to get the markets out of the way. If he can kill all of the markets or maybe get him down to like 1, I think he's got a chance. But with that many markets, I think BoYcaH might do it. Okay, army retreating. A stealth quad comes in. I think he's looking maybe for the Lotus, but it's just giving free XP to Tumstep. That 1 unit kill. German cat on the prowl, trying to find something. Internet center now in play. It would be handy for Tumstep if he does get to level 5 around about the same time BoYcaH does, which has probably got a good chance. They both got around the same amount of XP, but the reason is Tumstep will probably need the EMP because as soon as that sneak deploys, you're going to need support powers on it because yeah, otherwise, if that gets out inside of the base and starts killing stuff, could go badly very quick. Saying that, though, there are MiGs around. Yeah, BoYcaH knows, I think, that he needs to get to level 5. And he is here now with a stealth battle bus, which gets hit by the MiGs. And I think all of that's going to go down. That's a bit of a bad shot there by Tumstep. I suppose maybe all that stuff was going to die anyway. But yeah, he lost all the MiGs there as well. BoYcaH didn't get the XP for the MiG kills, though, which is kind of a consolation prize. Big fight here between the 2 armies that remain. Both players really lost a lot there. But I don't know. Yeah, that's definitely worse for Tumstep, isn't it? Because he's lost his prop and all of his MiGs and his airfield and his whole army. So that was definitely a beneficial attack there for BoYcaH. He's got the better army with a decent amount of markets. Yeah, this game should be BoYcaH's. Okay, prop rebuilding, power rebuilding for Tumstep. I kind of like the spacing on his buildings and stuff. Because if you do end up with mines on most things, then this covers you pretty much from sneak attacks from everywhere. You could say maybe it would be better to hug the sides of the map more. I think he's pretty committed now in the middle. Yeah, he's got 2 MiGs back in the air from this other airfield. Could do with repairing that since that dozer's just chilling. Tumstep's looking for a stealthed worker. That's why he's sending his Lotus back here. Carpet again for Tumstep. Will it be able to take the market past the hole? Nah, it leaves it just a bit. Shame, really. Because then you have to use your artillery on it as well. I don't know if you could, in a future patch, maybe just adjust the amount of damage that the carpet does to buildings or fortified structure or something. I don't know. It feels a bit of a shame that the whole carpet bomb can't finish a market. It might depend on the angle that it hits it from and exactly where the bombs land. Maybe you can finish it. I think most of the time, though, it survives on the whole. Yeah, I don't know why you beacon there and put tunnel. Because there's not a tunnel there. You can tell on the imprint on the land. But yeah, I think Tumstep is fading a little bit here. It's the money situation. He's got to wait for his hackers to get up to like that 3. MiG's coming in. He's trying to kill the tunnel. He'll get himself 100 XP. He does get it. But BoYcaH also got a MiG kill. And he's stolen himself a flamer. So yeah, both players are almost level 5. And Tumstep just quits. A little bit premature, but I do think that was a 90% or 80% BoYcaH win, something like that. Tumstep really made it competitive, though, despite having the weaker army. And yeah, BoYcaH made a bit of a meal of it. All things considered, that he had the much stronger army. But I think most of it stemmed from what I said right in the beginning. That aggressive tunnel, kinda everything knocked on from there, didn't it? Like BoYcaH had to play super defensive. Like I always say, like that narrow passage through the middle, much easier to defend that with like 2 or 3 tunnels, rather than having to build all tunnels all around your base at all different angles, because you have to invest a lot more money to do that, and you lose map control and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, well played to Tumstep. Very, very well played. If he had a slightly stronger army, maybe if he was like in for tank or something like that, I have a feeling he could have probably won that. But yeah, China Vanilla is not the greatest, but the MiGs were good. MiGs usage is really good. Obviously, you've got all kinds of units, but just there's no like real standout strong unit. If you can make overlords, but they're really slow. You can make outposts, but they're not as good as like infantry. Yeah, your overlords are not as fast as like nuke. You can make like GATs and stuff, but they're not as cheap or as strong as like tank. You can make battle masters, but they're really bad. You can make flamers, but they're not as cheap or as strong as tank. So it's kind of like the other Chinas, but just slightly weaker. But you can build more of a variety of stuff, if that makes sense. So yeah, well played to both players. Well played to BoYcaH. He got the win. And is the conspiracy over, or will we continue to see 90% losses by BoYcaH? He does win some, I promise. So yeah, this was from a recent tournament in the last few days. So yeah, GG, well played. I will see you in the next one. If you'd like to support the channel whilst also protecting yourself online, consider getting NordVPN using my link in the description. It will hide your IP when playing Zero Hour online, either through Revora or Game Ranger, and you won't lose any internet speed. So use my link in the description for a massive discount and a 30-day money-back guarantee.